My name is Olivia Myers, and today we're going to be looking at parts of a whole fraction. This lesson today would be really good geared for 4th or 5th graders. When we're talking about whole numbers, we're talking about the whole entity of something, the whole thing. For example, a whole pizza is one pizza. And let's say, for example, that you're having a party, and you and your friends eat part of the pizza. That means part is a fraction of the pizza. So for example, let's say at your party, you and your friends each eat one slice. There's you plus 4 other friends. So on our pizza, we're going to color in one slice for you, one slice for your first friend, one slice for your second friend, and another slice for your third friend. We have now colored in parts of our pizza, parts of our whole. So let's count how many we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 slices left out of our whole, which is 8 slices. So, if we're using fractions, we would write 4 over 8 because we have 4 parts left and we had 8 slices total. We can even reduce our 4/8 down farther, and we have half of our pizza left. Because when you reduce, we're dividing this by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then we can even divide again. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. And 4 divided by 2 is 2, which leaves us with 1/2. Let's take parts of a whole fraction even further and look at a word problem together. Let's read this together. Nikki bought a candy bar at the grocery store. It had 4 squares. If Nikki ate 3/4 of the candy bar, how many pieces are left? Before we go any farther, let's identify what this question is asking us. Let's start again at the beginning. Nikki bought a candy bar at the grocery store. It had 4 squares. Go ahead and box in 4 squares. We know that this is going to be the whole that we're dealing with. So go ahead and label that for yourself at the bottom. Let's keep reading. If Nikki ate 3/4 of the candy bar, how many pieces are left? Go ahead and box 3/4 and underline 8. We know now that the 3/4 is the parts of the whole that Nikki ate. So we're going to go ahead and label that at the bottom. 3/4 squares is the part of the whole number that we're dealing with. And then go ahead and underline how many pieces are left. We know now that our question is asking us how many pieces of the candy bar are left over after Nikki has ate the 3/4 of the 4 squares. So we're going to look at 2 different ways we can solve this. The first way we're going to do it is by using models. For our model, we're going to actually draw a rectangle like so onto your paper. Go ahead and break that into 4 parts. So you'll draw 3 lines evenly spaced inside your rectangle. This is our candy bar. As you can see, it's one candy bar broken into 4 parts. To help us out even farther, let's go ahead and label each part as a fourth of the candy bar. So underneath, you'll write 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. This is our candy bar. Now we know that Nikki ate 3/4 of the candy bar. So we're going to go ahead and color in each square until we get to 3/4. So we'll color in the first square on 1/4, our second square at 2/4, and our final square at 3/4. This helps us visualize what Nikki is talking about in the problem. So we see now that we have 1 square left, our 4/4. This means that Nikki has 1 piece left of her candy bar. Now that's just one way we can look at the problem. We can also use a number line. On your paper, go ahead and draw a line. On one end, you should write a 0, and on the other end, you can write a 1 or a 4/4. Because, as we remember before, the whole equals 1. So we can either write 4/4 or 1. On your number line, just like we did with the model before, go ahead and make 3 lines and label them. 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4. We know that Nikki ate 3/4, so go ahead and let's go to 3/4. 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4. We have 1 section left before we get to our whole, so we know that we have 1 piece left of the candy bar. Or 1/4. Because out of our whole, which is 4 pieces, 1 is left, which is where we get the fraction 1/4. These are just 2 of the many different ways that you can solve parts of a whole fraction.